Hello, everyone, and welcome to Immigration Live with Lee. I'm your host, Attorney Lee Marvin. Today is October 21st, 2024, and I'm here to answer immigration questions for you, okay? So please, let's see, let me put up my banner. Please put your comments in the comment section, your questions in the comment section. I know most of you come here every week, so you hear me every week asking you to prepare your questions for the following week so we can get to them. We have so many people that ask questions that a lot of times we can't get to all the questions. So asking them in the beginning is the sure way to make sure that I can see your questions and I can get your questions. So I have been practicing law for over 20 years, and I decided to specialize in immigration law over a decade ago. And I practice, well, my main office is in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but really I help individuals and their families from any state in the country and really any country on the planet. So welcome. Thank you for joining me. Please tell me where you're joining me from, okay? We got people from all over the world joining us, and I like to do a shout out to those people. So who's joining us? Where are you joining us from, okay? So I do have a number of questions that people have asked me earlier today that they said they couldn't be on it at 8 o'clock, but they gave me the questions nonetheless. We got friends joining us from Texas. So thank you for joining us from Texas. Who else do we have? I'm assuming, excuse me. We got friends joining us from, looks like Jamaica, from New York. So thank you for joining us. And please, as soon as you have questions, type them into the chat so I can get to them. You don't have to ask for permission to ask questions. Please just go ahead and ask your questions, okay? Yep, Godfrey, I see Jamaica. Haven't been there yet, but it's one of the countries on my bucket list that I'm looking forward to visiting. So okay, let me go over here. Okay, we've got people. Montana. You know what? Montana's another place I haven't been. Okay, I've been a lot of states in the country. Montana, I've heard incredibly beautiful things about Montana, but I've yet to visit it. So thank you for joining us from Montana. Philadelphia, I gotta say, oh, I'm sorry, that's the Philippines, Estelita, not an abbreviation for the Philippines. So Estelita, thank you for joining us. Louisville, Kentucky, Felicia, thank you for joining us from Louisville. I don't know if I'm saying that right because I have a Michigan accent, so I apologize for that. Another beautiful, wonderful place in the United States is Kentucky, and Louisville is a wonderful city as well. So thank you for joining us. Again, please post your questions, okay? And as people come and join us, I will do shout outs to them. Minnesota, how much does it cost to file a national interest waiver? Okay. So again, it depends. It depends on the facts of the case. Most national interest waivers are related to work-related visa-type processes, which I do not do. So it's been a number of years since I've actually done a national interest waiver. I do family-based, so I don't do work-based visas or things that go with that. So I'm sorry to tell you that I would not be able to help you with a national interest waiver. Okay. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to some of the questions that were asked earlier. But I do have Elna. I believe, Elna, you were with us last week, so welcome back. How long does USCIS take to mail the card after my case status update card is being produced? So, Elna, if I'm not misremembering, that was your question last week. So, typically, immigration, they work in increments of usually 2 weeks. So, if they post something on the profile and they say that they've approved something, you usually see evidence of that within 2 weeks. It's not 2 weeks necessarily. it's usually within 2 weeks. Okay. So sometimes I get stuff for clients within a few days, but it really depends where you are, what state you're in, and how efficient that office is. The field office we deal with is Detroit. And I got to say, Detroit has always been phenomenal. We've had problems over the years. They usually are very good at what they do, and they're very efficient. So shout out to the folks in the Detroit field office, because they usually do a very good job. I don't know where you are, but it usually within 2 weeks is what I usually say. So Estelita's still waiting for the interview schedule. How long is it? Interview schedule. Estelita, I don't know interview schedule you're talking about. If you put more information on here, I could answer it better, or we could talk to you. You could schedule a consultation, or your significant other. I know that we used to talk to him quite a bit, but we haven't talked to him in a while. So if you guys need to book an appointment, let me show you how you do that. And it's not just for you, Estelita, but that's for anyone joining us. I always put the link to book a time to talk to me. Okay. Yeah, it's great to have these live broadcasts to help people understand how these things work and even ask questions. But it's quite another to have in-depth, detailed discussions with an attorney like me. And that link that I just posted is how you do it. Okay. So let me see here. Before I forget, I did have those questions that I wanted to get, because I promised to answer some of those questions. So one moment. Let me see here. Oh, wrong. 1 second. Okay. So the question that was asked earlier. Okay, this is a very good question. Okay. I'm going to travel, and this is Splash Diamond Company. I'm going to travel to Africa to marry my fiancée. Congratulations. Will I have to do his immigrant visa online there in Africa? Or am I supposed to do the immigrant visa in Texas when I return to do it online? So I will say that you can do it anywhere you are, okay? Meaning, if you're in Africa and you want to file online, you can certainly do that. I help people from anywhere. So usually I'm working on stuff here when they are over there. Okay. So it can be done either way. You don't typically have to wait until you're in your home base, because when you're dealing with the National Visa Center and you're dealing with the State Department, the interview and everything ends up in the other country, but it doesn't have to start in that country. As long as it starts properly and it's filed the right way, it really doesn't matter where you are. It matters what information you have and whether it's the right information or not. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what that question was, so I'm going to skip that. One moment, folks. Okay. Okay. This is a good question. It's about marriage-based green cards. Okay. So I got married to my wife on my birthday. Very nice planning. We've been together since December of 2023. I moved in with her in August. So far, we have evidence of joint accounts, joint car insurance. I've been added to the lease. The power bill's in my name. Hopefully, you mean both of your names. I was added to her credit card. Amazon, great choice, Amazon. Same address, picture of our wedding ceremony and reception, pictures of the family and friends. You got the right idea. You probably watched a number of my videos. This is Bernard. And I think, Bernard, you've asked lots of questions through the last several weeks. And you asked that question from watching my videos on YouTube. So I put that information in the video, so you did the right thing. And it looks like you followed through on that, because that's exactly the sort of stuff that you need to do in order to strengthen your case. Okay. 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 That question, I'm going to skip this one here, which you guys can't see, so it doesn't really bother you, right? In 1 second, I'm going to go back to my friends on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, okay? Okay, so this question I want to get to. I got a criminal court appearance ticket for jumping a turnstile in New York City. Bad, bad, bad. Will it show on my criminal record and will it affect my immigration status? Because I just got married and filed for my green card. So any crime definitely can have an impact on your immigration, okay? It might seem petty and stupid that, that jumping the turnstile, meaning sneaking in line and cheating and stealing from the city of New York, that's how the government looks at it, okay? So you jump a turnstile because you don't want to pay the, I don't know, 85 cents or $1.50, whatever it was. That definitely is going to have an impact. Is it going to destroy your hope of an immigration future and getting a green card? Probably not. But will immigration look more closely to a person who does that? Yeah, because they say you lie. That's the worst thing in an immigration law is to lie, to get caught lying, especially to the government. And the government isn't always the federal government. It's the state government. It's the city of New York, okay? The government immigration says if you're willing to blow off a turnstile ticket, what else are you willing to do? Okay. So if you're doing stuff like that and you hope that it's not going to catch up with you, I hope it doesn't catch up with you either, but know that it probably will at some point in time. So follow the law, man. Pay for the ticket. It's not really worth stealing. Okay, let me preach to you a little bit. Stealing, no matter what it is, it's not worth it, right? You go back in time, you're like, oh, I shoplifted for $30. Well, I hope it's worth it to you because now you're not going to get your green card or you're not going to get citizenship. It's never worth it. In hindsight, 2020. I get that. People make mistakes. People are desperate. People do dumb things because people dare them. But try not to do that stuff. And if you do, there's ways to, I call it sanitize your case and make it not look as bad to immigration. I've helped a lot of people do it over the years. So if you have a question, I put the link up there. You can book a time to talk to me and I can help you figure it out. Okay. Okay. Let me go back to my friends in YouTube. Michael, how long does it take to set the interview overseas after the National Visa Center approves all documents? My wife's 601A was approved in Brazil, in the embassy in Brazil. So if you've got an approved 601A, congratulations, because it takes 2 to 4 years to get that. So if you got that approved and it's cycled through the National Visa Center, typically speaking, it's pretty quick. What does that mean? It means a month. It could be 1 month to 3 months, depending on how quickly the embassy in Brazil works. It's mind-boggling how long it can take, but typically it's 1 to 3 months. Okay, so don't give up. You're almost there, Michael, and congratulations on your journey so far. Okay, so that was my YouTube channel. Again, please post your questions, and notice the link that I put up there for scheduling times to talk directly with me. Check it out if you need it. Check out my website. At the bottom of this screen, I have my web address. I have my phone number if you need to talk to me. Okay. Okay. So let's go over here to Instagram. Again, I like to give shout outs to people where they're joining us from. Usually in the beginning of the live is where people post that because that's one of the first things I say in here. But I always tell people, let us know where you're joining us from. Okay. So we can give you a shout out. It's relevant to other people too, because it might trigger a question that some other people are asking, like the New York question I asked, jumping a turnstile. And that's not as common in Michigan, right? Because other than Detroit, I don't know if there are any turnstiles. Okay. So it brings up questions that other people might have. And if your question can help other people, that is why we're here, right? So let me see here. So again, we're going over here to, let's see, Roger is asking a question. I've been waiting for my 601 waiver. My notice says December 5th of 2023. How long do I need to wait to be approved? I'm in Brazil. Well, that's what a quinky dink. Two people join us from Brazil, so thank you kindly for joining us. 1 second. So, Roger, I will say the 601 waiver, December of 2023. I mean, you're coming up almost on a year. That's been a while, right? So, oh, wait. I thought you were saying that it was decided already. You got a decision notice. So your notice, I don't know what notice that is. If the notice is, we confirm that you requested this in December of 2023, then I hate to break it to you, you probably have another year or longer, because it usually takes 2 to 4 years. They're getting better. I would say 2 to 3 years is really realistic, what you can expect, but it has been longer than that. 601 waivers are different than 601A waivers. They have very different processing times. So check out my YouTube channel. Roger, I know you're joining us from the YouTube channel, so thank you for that. But check that out, because I think, well, I don't think, I know, I've done a video on both of those processing times, and every month I update the numbers and the wait times. So check that out. Okay, so check out, I don't remember when I did those videos last, but check it out. Okay, I also have a video on there that tells you how to look it up yourself, and I encourage you to do it. Don't do it too much, because it'll drive you crazy. Okay, but that information is available. If you know how to find it, it's a really good skill to have. Okay, so Michael, my pleasure. I appreciate that, Michael. It's very nice of you to say. I appreciate your support and your kind words. So, El gusto es mío. I know you're in Brazil. I don't speak Portuguese, but I think you could probably get what I'm saying there. But thank you for supporting us. So, hola or ala, documentally qualified, DQ'd, first week of October 2024. That's good to know. When is the interview likely? The date for the IR1 visa category application. Okay, immediate relative 1 category. So we're talking, what relationship? Just put in the chat from London. You're in London. Okay. So since you're still on here, what is the relationship? Okay, so IR1, immediate relative. Are we talking spouse? We talking parents? Just put in the chat, and I can get a little bit more information. In the meantime, I'm going to go to this next question from our friend joining us from Indiana. Love Indiana. I spent a lot of time in Indiana. Indy is one of the coolest cities I've been able to go to in the Midwest. If you haven't been there, it's pretty cool. Joined from Indiana, EB2, employment-based 2, adjustment status. Processing time currently showing 9.5 months. For my field office, it's been 12 months. Will an inquiry help? I can answer that question, even though it's employment-based, which I don't typically do. 100%, will an inquiry help? Yes, because if you go online and they say it's supposed to take 9.5 months, and it's showing 12 months that it's already been, go on there on the website. There's submit an inquiry, right? You can go on there. Let me look real quick. USCIS. If you go on the main USCIS page, and you go down to midway down, and I know you know it because you've been on there 5,000 times, I'm sure. Check your case status, check processing times, change your address online. If you check your processing times and it says that it's over what it's supposed to be, you can click and you can submit an inquiry on that page. You're going to want to do that. And yes, I absolutely recommend you do that, because if it's 9.5 months and it's been 12, you definitely should be doing that. They will usually tell you whether you have the right to do that. So even though it has been 12 months, sometimes they say you don't have the right to submit an inquiry until it's been 15 months. Okay. They very well could do that. So check that out on the USCIS website, okay? If you have questions, you can book a time with me and I can help you and actually help you do it. We got a friend joining us from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Thank you for joining us. I love Grand Rapids because that's my hometown. Thank you for supporting to the hardworking immigrants of the world. Best wishes to your practice. Very sweet of you to say. I appreciate it very kindly. We help as many people as we can. My heart that I did for Grand Rapids, I don't have much practice apparently. But thank you kindly for saying that. We're here to help as many people as we can. And if you've never checked out our Google reviews, you could see that there's a lot of very happy people. We've done a lot of pretty amazing thing. I'm not, toot my own horn, but this stuff can be darn complicated, okay? Especially dealing with different administrations. This administration has been really bad to deal with. The last administration was pretty bad too. I'm hoping the next one, which whatever it is an improvement because it has been really tough dealing with a lot of this immigration stuff. But we keep fighting the fight. So thank you for that. Let me see, have I missed anyone up here? Let's see, 1 second. I don't want to miss anyone. Okay, good. Please post your questions, folks, because I really want to answer questions if I can. Joining from New Jersey. New Jersey is a cool place, a very unique place. If you haven't been to New Jersey, it's really cool. I went through New Jersey for the first time last year, Labor Day, and it was pretty cool, right? So New Jersey, my I-130 has been pending for 3 years, okay? I sent several inquiries, but no response. But new cases are being approved. Okay, so the question there that I have is what I-130? Everything comes down to the relationship. Who's sponsoring who? Whether it's a legal resident, whether it's a citizen, whether it's a brother or sister, mom or dad, husband or wife. That has a major impact on your wait times. So go to my YouTube channel. Please check it out. If you guys aren't fans, please subscribe. Please click notifications. You get the drill. I have a lot of really good videos on there. Go to the search and you can type in a search about this. And I have answered this question many times. But basically, everything comes down to the family relationship, right? So if you happen to be on here, Desmay Bruce, additional information about the relationship is helpful. But I suspect that it's in a relationship that you don't have the immediate ability to move forward. So it's probably a legal permanent resident sponsoring a spouse. Those are typically taken about 3 years. So that wouldn't surprise me for the I-130 to be taking that long. Okay, yeah, your wife, is she a legal permanent resident? I presume the answer has to be yes, right? She's a U.S. citizen. 3 years, and you haven't gotten an approved I-130. Something's not right there. It might take that long. Has it ever taken my clients that long? I can't think of a time where it's taken my clients that long for a U.S. citizen sponsoring an immigrant. So something might not be right there. You may need to reach out to immigration. Again, I've done for people in the past, I've taken a look at their filings and kind of given them my thoughts on the filing and whether there was something wrong with it. But 3 years and you have not gotten an I-130 approved, something's not right there, okay? So you and I might need to talk. You may need to book an appointment to talk to me. I have the link above, but let me do this since I still have it saved. I'll post it right there for you. So reach out to me and I can help you figure it out, okay? Let's see. Mr. M, back in Nashville, I see. I know that last week you were in Costa Rica, so welcome back to Nashville, okay? Okay, so next question. I'm already in the U.S., married to a U.S. citizen. I have just filed the I-130. I'm currently out of status. Can I apply for the visa lottery? Let me think about that. Okay, you said you're married to a U.S. citizen. Where are you located? Because the visa lottery, it is possible to file for that. But if you are married to a U.S. citizen, that has a higher chance of success. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, you don't want to be you don't want to do the visa lottery because you got to do a lot more stuff, and it's a lottery. So you may never hear, you may never get anything. So the smart money is doing your visa request through your spouse visa, through the green card process through your significant other. If you need help with it, as always, my link is above. Okay. Joined from Troy, Michigan. I'm assuming it's Troy, Michigan. So welcome from Troy, Michigan. Is it easy to move from an L1A visa to a green card without sponsorship from a company? So Mario, I don't do employment-based immigration. Once upon a time, I did. I know immigration, nothing's easy and everything's easy. It really depends on what's going on. It is possible, I do know that you can do it all day long. If your employer, especially if your employer is willing to do that, to pay for it, I would hit them up and have them do that for you. But I no longer handle those types of visas. I do family-based. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so I'm a UK, and going back to Ola. I'm a UK citizen married to a US citizen since September 22 and priority date of October 22. Documentarily qualified. Now I see why you say DQ'd since the 1st of October. Is there a chance of scheduling me an interview before the end of 2024 in London? Documentarily qualified since the beginning of this month, 2024. I say it is possible. It is possible. So London, the embassy in London, they're decent to deal with, and they usually are not too bad. I mean, you've got 3 months before the end of the year. Technically the 1st of October is the first of the new fiscal year. So I always like to fool myself into believing that the government is a lot more energized at the beginning of the fiscal year. I don't know if it's true, but I think there is a chance for that to happen. If not, it'll be the beginning of January, no later than February. Okay. Mario, it's my pleasure. I wish I could help you more, but that employment-based stuff it's just dealing with the government's horrible, man. But do it. I mean, I don't want to discourage you. Talk to your employer and have them work with an employment-based attorney. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. So I married a Venezuelan man who's graduating from medical school in February. Awesome accomplishment. We've been married for almost a year. We want to get a visitor visa, and we're going to the Bahamas and Nassau. So, Sandeno, where is your husband? That's the big question. What are the chances of being married? He is still in school. He has to return. Where is he going to school? I mean, are we talking about the United States? Are we talking Venezuela? I guess it's possible. Where are you talking about? Okay. So getting a tourist visa, he's still in Venezuela. I'd say your chances are 0, right? Because the Venezuelan government don't do business with the United States of America. So it's possible if you go to Colombia and try to get a tourist visa dealing with Bogota, the embassy in Bogota. I've heard of people doing that, but we know that University Andes. So I would say that you can absolutely try another embassy, and chances are, it's tough, man. Tourist visas, the U.S. government does not like tourist visas. Why? Because it's had a 20-plus year of complete, utter, relentless abuse, fraud. It's really, really hard to get a tourist visa. Okay, so chances are much better that you guys meet in a different location and get married and file your green card and skip all the tourist visa stuff, your chances of success are a lot better, which means it's a lot cheaper, right? So if you can move forward and you can do your process and not jump through these dumb tourist visa hoops, you're going to be better off. If you want to click on the link that I posted above, I can talk to you directly. I can help you with that. I do them all the time. So please let me know how I can help. Colombia takes 1.5 years. Really? That's how long it is? That's ridiculous, man. And again, that supports what I'm saying, which is let me help you get file for your process so you can skip the 1.5 years wait, okay? Forget tourist visas, guys. If you haven't seen my videos on YouTube, I do post information. People ask me questions, I answer it. But if you want my opinion, forget tourist visas. I got family in Colombia. You know, my suegros, they got tourist visas. Mi hermano, he can't get a tourist visa, right? So tourist visas are really stinking hard to get. So if you need help with the green card stuff, plan your trip so that he can visit you in Colombia. You guys can get married in Colombia, okay? Then you can move forward your process. Let me know if you have questions and we can talk about it, okay? Yes, that is what I'm saying. Go straight to the I-130 process, which is hooked to the consular processing green card process. So yes, let me know and I can talk more in depth with you. We actually are beyond our time. So I answer as many questions as I could. Let's see, do I want to do any last minute ones? Okay. So a lot of people ask questions about processing times. Go to my YouTube channel. I talk about these different things on my YouTube channel. Sorry that I didn't see that question until after the allotted time that I have. If you book a consultation with me, I can talk to you. I can look it up. I can do so many more things during a meeting, one-on-one. If you need to, the link is above, and my information is at the bottom of the banner on this screen. So check me out. Thank you for everyone who's joined us. We get a lot of people that come every week, and I sincerely appreciate your support because coming here, joining me, asking questions, it helps me, but it helps your fellow immigrants and their families. So thank you for that. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you next Monday at Eastern Standard Detroit time for another Immigration Live with Lee.